Imagine this. You're curled up on the couch after a long day, phone in hand. You tell yourself you'll just scroll for 5 minutes, maybe watch one or two TikToks or check out that trending meme on Instagram. But then one video turns into 10, and 10 turns into you don't even know how many. Before you realize it, hours have disappeared, and your brain feels foggy, sluggish, like it's stuck in low power mode. This, my friends, is what the internet has dubbed brain rot. It's not a scientific diagnosis or a condition you'll find in medical textbooks, but it's a term that captures a universal feeling in the digital age, a state of mental exhaustion caused by overindulging in endless, mind-numbing content. And let's be real, we've all been there. So why is everyone suddenly talking about brain rot? Well, it's more than just a catchy phrase. It's a reflection of the times we're living in. Social media platforms, streaming services, and even gaming apps are designed to keep us hooked, feeding us bite-sized doses of entertainment that demand little effort but deliver a quick dopamine hit. It feels good in the moment, sure, but over time, it leaves your brain feeling like an overused sponge. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing inherently bad about scrolling through TikTok or binging Netflix. Sometimes, those activities are exactly what we need to decompress and escape the stresses of life. But here's the catch. When these activities become the default way we spend our time, they can start to chip away at our mental clarity, focus, and even our overall well-being. Think about it. How often do you sit down to scroll and end up feeling more tired, less motivated, or even a little irritable afterward? That's the paradox of brain rot. It feels like relaxation, but it's actually draining you. Studies have shown that excessive consumption of low-effort content can shorten your attention span, mess with your ability to concentrate, and even leave you feeling emotionally disconnected. But here's the kicker. Brain rot isn't all bad. Yes, you heard me right. Sometimes, indulging in brain rot activities can be like giving your mind a much-needed vacation. We can't be productive 24/7. Our brains need moments of rest and silliness to recharge. Watching a silly video or indulging in a rom-com marathon isn't the enemy here. The problem arises when those activities replace everything else, when they stop being a treat and start becoming a habit. So, how do we fight brain rot without becoming the fun police in our own lives? It all comes down to balance. Here are a few ideas. Start by setting limits. If you know you tend to lose hours to your phone, set a timer for your social media sessions. Mix in some stimulating content, like a podcast that teaches you something new, or a documentary that expands your perspective. Make time for activities that challenge your brain, like reading, solving puzzles, or engaging in meaningful conversations. And remember, the goal isn't to cut out brain rot completely. It's about being intentional with your time and making sure your brain gets the variety it craves. Now, I want to hear from you. What's your go-to brain rot activity, and how do you feel after indulging in it for too long? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to MindZone. Together, we can dive into more fascinating topics and make sense of the quirky challenges of modern life. So here's the takeaway. Brain rot is a quirky term for a real experience. It's not the villain of our story, but it is a reminder to check in with ourselves, to find a healthier balance between mindless fun and meaningful engagement. Because let's face it, our brains are incredible, and they deserve to be nurtured, not just numbed. The next time you find yourself spiraling into a social media black hole or glued to a screen for hours, ask yourself, is this helping me relax, or am I letting the rot take over? The answer might surprise you, and it might just be the first step toward a more mindful, fulfilling use of your time. Until next time, stay curious, stay balanced, and keep tuning in to MindZone, because your mind is your greatest asset, and it deserves to thrive.